So I rocked up an enrolment day at the uni. This is before electronic forms, and everything was in paper. And I filled out my application form, and it did take rather a long time. But
by the way, you're in your 30s at this point.
yeah, I'm 32 now. And I reapplied to do fourth year, and they accepted it. And I found out 6 months later that apparently there is a time limit on the duration of your degree. When you start and when you finish. I had exceeded that time limit, but I didn't know anything about that. So I just merrily rocked up thinking I could automatically finish. And they had consulted together and decided to let me come through and do my fourth year again, even though I exceeded the limit. But they weren't expecting me. So they had no fourth year project for me to do. And they got me to repeat a project that had been done in the previous year, but they'd got peculiar results and they needed to do it again. And this time round, there was one other woman in the class.
Okay.
Oh, that's exciting.
I wasn't
for you.
the only one.
Novel.
Yay.
And I was accustomed to the system. Also, I was accustomed to working. I was accustomed to starting at 7:30, having 30 minutes for lunch and not 31 minutes, and finishing at 4:30 exactly. And I had just got married. I had 3 kids to look after. I had a loud, opinionated, noisy husband, loud children who all thought I should be able to listen to 4 people at the same time and answer them appropriately. And I had to take control instead of being a quiet little person who lived on my own to looking after a family. And now I was going back to uni. So I treated it in the same manner as work. I got to uni, I spent the entire duration of the day studying, whereas before I'd go for a walk in the park or go to the art gallery or go to the library and do fun things. No. I spent every minute of the day working, because when I got home, studying was really hard and having free time. And things went quite well. During the year, there was an incident. One of the students decided to start putting up pornography on a pinboard in the common room where we studied. And then this expanded to a series of 6 partitions covered in it.
Okay.
And I was working back there one late afternoon. They'd all gone home. And I decided that I didn't like this. So I got a big Textacolor and started colouring in clothes on all the ladies. But Textacolors give me a headache. I think it's the chemicals in them.
Right.
And also I didn't have an unlimited supply, and it was rather time-consuming giving them clothes. I thought, this can't go on. I'll just rip them all up and put them in the bin. So I did. I destroyed the whole lot, put them in the bin, finished my assignment, and went home. The next day I came in, and the mood was really weird in the common room. And people were in hushed little corner groups discussing things. And I said to one of the guys I chatted with, I said, what's going on? It's really strange. He said, oh, someone came in and destroyed so-and-so's art collection. And I don't know who it was. I said, well, I know who it was. Who? Me.
Right.
I destroyed it. And of course, you realise at this stage I'm very religious. I've become a Baha'i. I'm a good, proper person. I say my prayers every day. I do the fast, and I believe in and living a good life. And I didn't approve of this. So later, I was asked in to see one of the senior lecturers. He said that the person whose artwork I had destroyed wants compensation.
Okay.
Because of all these expensive magazines he had to buy to get all these pictures. And I launched into a tirade. And I accused the lecturer of failing in his duties to look after us because he provided him with the extra partitions. He knows that there are 2 women in the class. Members of the public and the secretarial staff may occasionally come into our common room, and this is totally inappropriate. And I absolutely refused to pay compensation. Also, I was broke.
Yeah.
This is about half of my motivation. But I was no way.
Stuck to your guns.
And he was.
Yeah.
Taken back.
You have to also understand that I was a mature age student at this stage. I was 32, and all the other students were like 18. No, they'd be about 20, 21. There were a couple of mature age students in the class, but the rest were quite young. So nothing more was ever said about it.
Right. You made your mark.
Yes.
Switch.
And of course, in industry now, oh, you get sacked for that.
Yeah, yeah.
That sort of thing's totally inappropriate. But they didn't realise what sort of world they were moving into.
Thanks for watching this short clip of Life Bursts. Make sure that you hit the subscribe, like, and follow button. And for more, head to rawcut.com.au.